and Drink Show. Dads and Drink Show. Dads and Drink Show.
Hey. Welcome to the Dads and Drink Show. How'd you like the intro, Jeremiah?
I think it's incredibly it's spot on. Like, you couldn't ask for a better spot on this. That's great. My first time listening to that on the inaugural. We keep that forever, Jeff. We keep that forever.
You know what that is? That is 8 versions of me in different voices recording Dads and Drink Show over 8 tracks of me doing it over each other.
I want to see you on the mixer doing that and bringing them in.
Oh, yeah. It's actually easier than you'd think. But yeah, that was a drunken invention last night where I'm like, it would be funny. I don't know if it worked, but
it worked. It worked. It's the most appropriate version I've ever heard.
Well, welcome to the inaugural episode of the Dads and Drinks Show. I'm Jeff Macolino, and this is Jeremiah Hensley, and we're your hosts for this evening, and hopefully for many evenings.
That's the goal, right?
Hey, that's the goal, and make sure we're going to make a call to action here in the beginning. Make sure you subscribe to the channel that this is on. Right now, it's the Jeff Macolino channel, but maybe, if enough of you watch this, it'll start its own channel. Also, we will have this on podcast platforms, so make sure you're subscribing and make sure you rate and all those things that you're supposed to do when you listen to podcasts. Write a review. All those things.
Look, good or bad. Look, the way we figured, you got 2 dads here who we realize this time of night, maybe dinner's done, the kids are starting to wind down. It's time to pull a cocktail and probably watch some useless shit on YouTube. So we might as well do that with you.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's the show. And hey, this is for mature audiences. All right. This is not, this is not for your children to watch unless they're adults, in which case send it to your kids. Yeah. They'll love it.
We'll take them. That sounds bad. Take them. Send us your kids. We'll take them.
Your adult children. Send us your adult children. Now we sound like the military. So, hey, we've got a format in mind for the show. We've got a few things that are going to change. We want to hear from the audience, too. There's several things where we definitely will take audience suggestions because, A, we're going to be showing some video clips. My finger's off the camera here. We're going to be showing some video clips. We're going to be recommending a YouTube channel to subscribe to. That's going to be a popular spot. Yeah, so send us all this stuff, man, and we'll shout you out. And eventually, watch the show, subscribe. Eventually, we should be able to do this show live, so the audience will be able to interact with us. So those drinks are really going to turn. And that's how we get canceled.
Hey, in prepping for this, both Jeff and I dug through vast portions of the internet, and what became very clear is we can't possibly find all the stupid shit. We can only find a piece of it. So if you've dug deeper and found something worse, send it over. Give us a suggestion. We'd love to watch.
Yeah, that's about right. And to start things off, we're going to start things off with the old the show's called Blind Date. I told you, Jeremiah, I used to watch this in my bedroom. We had a TV in there that was not hooked up to cable, but I'm old enough. It was just for a Nintendo, Super Nintendo. And if you stuck a paperclip in there at nighttime, especially, you got a handful of channels. And at like 2 or 3 a.m., my brother was asleep, and I would watch this show on reruns on whatever the hell channel I could get. So I've probably seen this episode before when I was a child.
It's the best fusion of like back in, you remember VH1 had like pop-up video, right? So it's just like the dating show with pop-up video. I remember watching this with all my buddies, and then they made that step onto still video at the time, putting out like Blind Date Uncensored. right? All the stuff the cameras
Ooh.
couldn't show. No, it wasn't worth it. No, it was a great gig, though. I mean, they teased it just enough to make you think there was something you wanted to see. There was nothing you wanted to see.
It's like those Girls Gone Wild videos, which they advertised a lot during this show at 2 a.m. All right, let's check it out. This is Bill's blind date. Let's dive into it.
Where's my beer? Where's my beer? Hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Good. I'm Bill.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry, what's your name?
Lauren. You're gonna be so wasted.
Lauren, nice to meet you too.
You too.
So how you like you?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot
So
of fun,
great.
isn't it?
Wait, where are you guys?
By the way, can I just say these two look old for 21 to me?
Incredibly. And I'm just step back thinking, like, look, as a guy with a beard, as you do, I don't remember. I think there was a period when the chin strap was in, but that was just such a bad idea. The chin strap beard
with no mustache.
Yeah, no, it's just
I made the mistake once. Full disclosure, I made the mistake once because I was drunk and I was just shaving, like my cheeks, and I took off half the mustache, and it was like, well, I can look like half of Hitler, or I can just take the whole thing off. And everyone the whole night was like, Alek Akbar, whatever.
Look, can we admit, look at the look on her face right here. It's a great pause because blind dates are awkward enough. We'll get into our stories on this, but like you've got the camera crew and everybody else, and like there's got to be that moment of silence of like, what did I just sign up for? That's dead on Lauren's look right now.
Also notice no bra.
Oh yeah, no. I think they were illegal on this show. I think they were illegal. You weren't allowed.
Roger
Lodge took them from you.
UCLA.
How you doing?
What year are you?
Third year.
Third year? Me too.
Almost.
Me too.
Oh.
So what do you usually do for fun then? Do you usually go to sororities and frats, or do you go out to bars a lot? Or?
I got well, now I'm finally 21. Wait,
Nice.
How old are you?
22.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I turned 21 in January. And so, I mean, I had a fake ID for 2 years anyway, so.
I know, exactly. We're in college, right?
Exactly.
That's what college is all about.
Exactly.
Learning and drinking, for the most part.
Drinking.
It'll be like 4 nights in a row drinking for me.
Oh, it'll be, oh God, I can't.
4 weeks in a row.
Do you date a lot?
Actually, no, not really. I moved down here.
I'm gonna mute it here because this is weird, isn't it?
It really is. It's very strange. They send you to the Sheridan 4 Points, and you have to massage your partner.
Yeah,
But
her
can I
naked
just
body.
Can I just say Lauren is marriage material? Like, really, honestly, God, my next ex-wife, when you ask her how many days in a row she's been drinking, she's not going to be able to answer. He's like, that's 4 nights in a row. She's like, ooh, it's like, oh. Like Lauren, she's on a 2-year binge.
How old is this show? Because I'm wondering how old Lauren is right now. Because
let's chase her down. But dude, if she looked that way at 21, she is not. 40 is not going to be nice to her. Oh, let's go to Billy Boy drinking.
Bottoms up. Thank you. Bottoms up. Hey, can we get some more shots of Jaeger, please? Sweet. Love you. No, I love hanging out with you. You're a really cool girl to hang out with. You're saying earlier, though, like your terms are basically guys that are funny, though?
It's not always just funny. Like,
What else?
This have to be entertaining for me to hang out with and talk to.
Entertaining to hang out with?
Yeah.
You think I'm entertaining at all, or no?
No, like
Yeah?
you.
Do you? Shot to you, Lauren.
Yeah.
all right, we got to jump in here. This is a sure thing. It's in the bag.
It's done. But look at this, Jeff. The mixing of alcohol reminds me of the Jim Brewer bit where you talk about what you can put in your belly. They're doing shots of Jaeger. He's drinking what I am assuming was a Long Island iced tea, and there's pina coladas on the side. Like This could go very bad.
This I think it's important to note. I believe that was a Long Island iced tea and a large one.
Yes.
Because I feel like this comes into play later in the day.
Hey, booyah.
She's going shot for shot with him, but he's adding Long Island iced tea, which is, dumping gasoline. It's jumping jet fuel on a fire.
Let's see how Billy Boy handles it, right?
Ooh, Billy Boy.
Hey, can we get 2 more shots of Jaeger and some more margarita, please? Blended. Love you. Thank you.
Too loose with the love yous, man.
The half-ass.
They're ready to blow his popsicle stand and get some more booze.
Yes, I am. That's what we need.
We're both experienced enough to know that those were fuck me eyes.
Yeah, even as he was woo.
Yes, that should have been, let's go back to one of our places, not let's go to the next bar.
Right, no.
No, I just told you in general, I'm not a fan of facial hair. I'm just not.
Oh, come on, you love it.
Most girls aren't.
Someone has to shave my beard? Are you gonna kiss me if I shave my beard?
Yeah.
Can I get a shot and a razor, please? Oh. Beautiful. Keep the goatee.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, but if you cut me, I swear.
This is fun. Okay.
You love it. You love it. Smooth up the kiss. Smooth up the kiss. Booyah! You love it. I think you're very beautiful and very sexy and attractive. Booyah! Back at me. What do you think? 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 You're about smooth skin. Because you're a smooth operator. Smooth operator.
And that's the moment he lost a sure thing.
Dude, you can see the wheels going off with the first little patting of the thing. And then check the body language from the beginning of when they sit at the table to where he starts dropping in the booyahs. Like she's leaning in at first and making coy little eyes. And she's like,
it was the, how about me? How about me? How about me?
Right back at you.
There's already a problem when your beard is so perfectly manicured. Like, he has to spend a lot of time lining that awful chin strap thing up. And I'm not one to beard shame, but like that's a lot of hours that you have to spend. So he's obviously a very vain guy. He compliments her and immediately is like, what about me? What about me? What about me?
But look, in my experience, if you have to keep telling somebody you love it, they don't love it. They don't love it. They don't.
I told you early on, he uses love too much. That word is not a.
I try that with my kid. You love mac and cheese. You love it. No, he doesn't. And
you love broccoli.
You love broccoli. No, and Lauren's not buying that bullshit either.
No. She does not love broccoli or Bill at this point. He just ruined it seconds ago by spilling his shave water on her crotch.
That's what I was going to ask.
He had a hot pussy in front of him, and he dumped some cold water on it.
Not only he killed his chances, he literally dumped it right on the fire. Done.
Yeah. Whew.
Can he rebound?
You love it.
You love it.
You love it. You love it. Mwah. You love it. Yeah. Where's my beer? Where's my beer? You don't look too happy right now.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say. Chica, chica, chica. What? Yeah. No. Are you mad at me?
No.
No?
Nope.
Where I'm going?
I don't want to.
Can I get your number?
See, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very beautiful.
It was nice meeting you. We'll exchange numbers shortly.
Yeah. No, because you love it. Lee, you love it. You're about like, no. But still, you're like, I love it. You just be like,
Dude, this is
Oh,
why
baby.
this is where you need a friend. You need that wingman in the worst possible way. Like it was already going down. He just needs to pull you out before you completely lose all respect. And I think that happens somewhere in the car ride.
It's sad because one thing that jumps into my head immediately is I wonder how many times I've done that. Not that specifically. Like, obviously, I don't let women shave me, or I don't say, you love it. But how many times have I been so drunk that I have just fucked up a sure thing? It's probably happened more times than I can remember because, well, here's the memories.
Yes, sir. Look, again, it's generally I've had enough of those situations that it's generally why I hunt in packs. I don't go alone. Somebody, but dude, that chick was like 105 pounds, and she drank him straight under the table.
I blame those damn Long Island iced teas, but also, yeah, he got even with that, he got drank under the table. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that was.
I mean, dude, you
I
go
mean, look,
from
but if someone spilled a frothy glass of water on your crotch, maybe it would chill you and sober you up too. I don't know.
yeah, dude, he went from like make out at bar number 2 to just complete cold shouldered. Like at the end, as he leans in, he got the cheek twice. And look, he was drunk enough to believe when he was like, "Can I get your number?" She's like, "We'll exchange numbers later."
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
later? What's later in this? Once you
yeah.
part, there is no.
You love it. You
You
love it.
love it. Oh, dude.
That's man. I wonder where both of them are now because that had to be what that had to be like 30 years, no,
It's
25
got,
years
dude.
ago.
It's got to be. I mean, at least 20 years because I feel like when I was watching it, I was around, early 20s, 20, 22, 23. So they should be in our wheelhouse right now. I wonder if you love it.
Hey,
I
I
wonder if
was a
he's
young
married.
teen. They're way too old for me.
Like, I wonder if Billy Boy's married now with a couple of kids. Wicca, wicca.
Wicca. What do you do? And I say this as someone who has probably as much or more embarrassing material on the internet than most fathers. But what do you do when your kid's like, "Dad, what the fuck is this?" It's like, "Hey, I was a young."
So in watching this, I got sucked down the blind date rabbit hole, right? And you do wonder, like, this is going to be on TV, it's going to be held for forever. The minute that you realize that, like, this is not going to go your way, do you just lean into it? I mean, at that point, you have to, right? At that point, you have to say, okay,
I
I'm
assume
gonna blow
they're
this up.
fueling you, right?
Oh, they
Like,
gotta be.
here's booze. Here's booze. Just keep.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
on us.
dude, think about it. Look, every episode, again, through the rabbit hole, I realized every episode they start off with somebody driving to the first place, and after dinner, they're always in a cab. They're plying them with alcohol, which why would you not? But why do we not have this today, dude? Well, we kind of do. It's called Tinder.
Nah.
Oh,
There's a whole thing. I don't have the study, but there's a whole thing like only like 10% of the guys get like 99% of the dates on Tinder, and they're all just sluts. They all just run through women like it's a game, but the women keep picking them and ignoring everybody else for the most part. Unless the women have like, multiple extra limbs or,
Well,
an extra
look,
person inside.
I think what's so funny is we live in this culture where everybody's special, right? And everybody's gifted and everybody gets a trophy. Apps like Bumble and Tinder, and it's happened to me. Like I should know where I'm at. Okay. We can all play like we're not superficial, but if there's a scale of 1 to 10, if you have some basic understanding of yourself, then you understand your range, right?
Your digital range.
Right, your digital range. I don't swipe on my range.
No,
I never.
God, no.
I'm like, oh no, like that should be where I'm dating. We have lost track of where we should be in this natural selection, Jeff. Everybody thinks they're up here now. Everyone thinks they're up here.
I don't think I'm up there, but I'll say this: when I meet women at bars, I can jump up whatever like I'll be honest. I've hooked up with chicks, I've dated chicks, and I've seen their ex and been like, Jesus Christ, that dude looks like a supermodel. What are you doing slumming it with me? It's because
he has abs.
Right. Yeah. I have a keg. He has abs. And maybe that's it. He has an 8-pack. I have a keg. I'm a step up for an alcoholic. But it's I don't know if part of it's my drunken confidence, but I don't get it. By the way, here's a real bad thing, single dad kind of thing. I have my kids every other weekend usually. Sometimes we trade and I have them back-to-back weekends, but so every other weekend. So here's the bad thing: I meet a chick on a Friday or Saturday. I kind of feel like I need to have a date like the next night, right? Because otherwise, next weekend's out.
Yeah.
So unless you want to go on a Monday, Tuesday date, we got to go to date. You know how awkward it is when you between make out and sleep with the chick on one day to then take her out to dinner when you're both sober the next day.
I have a feeling it's a lot like that cab ride home. Where you're like,
well, it's like, all my one thing, this is the worst thing about me is I am a gentleman. It's the worst thing about me because I won't make a move on a chick when I'm sober unless I know for a fact she's game. But drunk, I assume everyone, and I don't mean that in a Me Too way, let's be clear, but like, I'll be flirtatious, I'll lean in and, do the whole hitch thing, the 90-10. And, apparently when I'm drunk, I'm irresistible. When I'm sober, I'm like, I don't know if I should touch you at all.
Well, look, it's hard for us to remember this sober, right? But if you go back and look at traditionally funny men, okay, we only know the ones who are like millionaires as well. But like David Spade, like ran roughshod through the Playboy Mansion, like Playmate after, like he just checked them off year after year.
Pam Anderson, Heather Locklear, I think he was with both of them.
Right. I mean, and Spade is not traditionally attractive in any way. And I would say he's moderately rich, right? I mean, for the LA crowd, I think he's middle class. I mean, if it weren't for Sandler, he'd be broke. But
his net worth is probably 30 million or so. But yeah, without Sandler, it'd probably be half that. Maybe.
Yeah, no, but it is so funny, man. When the dating world goes that way. That's why I would love to see these today, like the blind date. It just doesn't happen. Now, seriously, have you ever been on a blind date, like a traditional blind date?
I'm trying to remember. Every time I've been tried to be hooked up with someone, I don't know if that was English, but it's always been like, hey, this friend's going to be here. I think she'd be great for you. And it's all a friend thing. And then it's very uncomfortable because it's like everyone's looking at the two of us.
Yes.
And that's not my scene. My scene is, we'll talk about doctor visits in the future, but someone, the doctor said, did you ever smoke cigarettes? I'm like, 5 times I got laid every time. I only smoke a cigarette, and I don't even inhale it. I just pretend to smoke it. When a chick who's hot says, "I'm going to go out and smoke a cigarette," I'm like, "I'm going to leave this loud bar and go smoke a cigarette with you," and just I'm a good actor. I can pretend I'm smoking it, and yeah.
See, girls want everything, right?
Yeah, women want everything. But yeah, so it's like I that's my scene, is like the bar, the loud bar, all of our friends are in there. We're out here smoking a cigarette. Well, I'm puffing on a cigarette. And that's my scene, is the quiet one-on-one where we can just have conversation. When I'm moderately have my wits about me.
Yeah, look, that whole smoking scene, you're lucky you pulled the plug when you did. I'm a smoker. I'm not happy about it. It is what it is. I grew up in North Carolina. It's like a prerequisite. You have to.
The Tar Heel State.
Tar Heel State. I mean, tar as in your lungs. But I used to, like in my 20s, again, like go out and smoke, and like the smoker chicks would come out there and they're a little cool, and the whole deal. Now that I'm in my 40s, like the smoker circle has gotten very sad. They look very much like they have smoked. As do I. Once again, I'm just trying to up my level, but no, it's not usually the chicks you want to hang out with.
Hey man, if you drink enough, you look old too.
Yeah, but look, you're so spot on though with the whole hookup. That was my thing. I don't think I've ever been on like a true blind date, but it's always been my friend's going to be there, and we're in a group of friends. But it does feel like, maybe it's in your head, but it definitely feels like all of your friends and her friends know what they're trying to do, and it's like some sort of weird ass like exhibit at the zoo. You're like watching the monkeys. Like, what are they gonna do? Did he buy her a drink?
I'm gonna throw poop at her.
Right. It's completely. It's just awkward and horrible. And you're both like, that's your closest bonding point, is both of you feel horribly uncomfortable. If she doesn't, she's not the one for me. If she's cool in that situation, we're done. Like, no good.
So one of my saddest moments was one of those setups. And the girl who was from out of town, she went back to her hotel, and her friend who was trying to hook us up was like, "Why didn't you just go back and sleep with her?" And I'm like, "We did not have that going for us. Just because you assumed we were."
You're like, "Wait, that was an option? But she's good with that?"
I'm like, well, we were just kind of like, it's kind of awkward. Everyone's looking at us every time we talk. So have a nice life.
But there is something to the point that, like you talked about, when you get drunk, that inhibition drops, right? There's something to the point of like that shit that we fear as normal, nice men, right? Is sometimes exactly what works. Like, chances are, with said girl that they mentioned, had there been an asshole involved in this and she started to go to the hotel and he's like, "Hey, I'll go with you. Want to hook up?" There's probably like an 80% chance she's like, "Okay." Like, they take that shot that's just completely unexpected and it works. But we'll never know because we don't take that shot. Does that make any sense? Like, it's just,
I've got to tell you, since I brought it up, here's my braggadocious moment. My favorite moment with the smoking. I was in Buffalo. I was in the wedding party. So we all show up in tuxedos at this dive bar, sports bar, whatever it was in Buffalo. And I mean, first of all, that's like shooting fish in a barrel already. But this chick, we're talking. She's like, "I'm going to go out and smoke." I'm like, "Yeah, can I bum one?" Yeah, so I go out, smoke with her. So an hour later or so, she's like, "I'm going to go have another cigarette." I walk out with her. She's like, "Here." I'm like, "I don't smoke." She's like, You literally asked me for one earlier." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no, I don't smoke. I only do that when I'm trying to get laid, but I think this one's already in the bag." Boom.
And it worked.
It did work.
We have to adopt the Gretzky. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. But I don't have that in me, bro. Like, I don't. Even when I'm drunk so much, like, my ego is so fragile that I'm like afraid if I get a no, like, I'm shut down for the night. Like, I got one good shot in me.
In fairness, we were already like making out inside the bar, so,
No,
I was pretty certain I had it in the bag.
Well, unless you mixed in a Long Island or two there, Billy boy. You
No,
love
I
it.
don't touch
You
those damn
love it.
things.
You love it.
Yeah, you love it. Wicka, 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 wicka.
Oh, shit.
God.
That is it. That, dude, if I was his friend, there's zero chance that he lives that down. If Billy Boy got married, in my best man speech, I would absolutely look at his wife and go, and Jennifer, you love it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There's no way he lives it down, dude.
You know what? There is a point to be made about the friend thing, because I know from experience, is, you know, that moment where he spilled his shave water on her?
Yep.
That's when your friends are like, hey, we're going to call it a night. This has been great. And she'll be like, all right, that was a weird incident at the end, but otherwise this was great.
Right. Yeah.
That's when you call it, and it's okay.
That's the beauty of the wingman, where they're like, you don't want to take that next step, champ. We got to go. Like, they're throwing in the towel like in a boxing match. No, we're done. We're done.
No.
Get him out of there.
It's
out of there.
Also, go back after the first stop. I'm sure for the show this was not an option.
Yeah.
But after the first stop, she was giving him fuck me eyes. Like, it was in the back, like right then. Don't go to another bar. Go and fuck. That's
it. Call it. Like, now look, there were some episodes in the
know.
Rabbit Hole. Like, don't mess with a sure thing. When the game is over, fucking shut the lights off. Let's go. But in later episodes, there was absolutely like a seedy hotel in LA that was obviously part of like the blind date circa, because they had a hot tub there. And so the goal was to end up at that hot tub at the end of the night. But it was one of these hotels where you had to like ring the buzzer, and there's a big iron gate, and it looks awful. Like, all the rooms look to the outside, like there's not a hallway. You know what I'm talking about? Like those hotels. And but it was obviously in the cards of blind date. Like, we're going to the hotel.
I have
call that one into Roger Lodge, like, Roger, we're good. Roger, we're good. Cue hot tub.
I have a feeling this won't be the only time on Dads and Drink Show that we will watch a clip from Blind Date.
Oh, God. Oh, it's good stuff. All right, we can go.
See, now can you hear all my voices in there?
I can, but they still sound great. There's a little Peter Griffin and some other stuff. All right. So in this obviously tight format that we have, Jeff, what is next? What's on the menu?
You sent me a couple videos. I got a couple videos. Let's start with one of yours. Do you want look at this car or look at this dog first?
Let's just go to look at this car, because apparently this was popular and I'm trying to figure out why. I want your opinion.
All right, folks, let's enjoy this.
Oh, look at that. What are you wiping the windows? Oh, look at that. That's nice and shiny.
Well, it's a 78.
Yeah, it's looking good. Looked really good.
Yeah, it's got original paint, too. I mean,
yeah.
People that owned this before me must have put the thing away in its Long Island, New York garage every day of its life.
Oh, go figure. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Got it for $700. It's real clean. You can work on it. It's the things are not packed real
right.
There's still a lot of room to work on. So with that consideration,
right.
You know, I'll go down.
You still do it.
Park that $700.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at that. You know, when I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that? Oh, look at this. You got me running all around the car.
Yeah, the only
Oh, would you look at that? Just look at that.
I can't pull it out either. I'd have to drill it.
Would you just look at it?
Yeah, it's sad. It's the only mark.
I mean, just look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, just get a look at that.
A cop did that.
A cop. Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him. Yeah.
He told me we're not required to post warnings here in New Jersey.
Oh, would you look at that?
It's a
Listen, I got
police
pulled
state.
over in Jersey twice for not wearing a seatbelt in the passenger
Oh,
seat.
yeah.
In the passenger
Oh,
seat,
really?
and got a $40 ticket.
Yeah,
I
right.
said,
Well,
would you look at this?
The way they didn't
Would you
have
look at
tax
that?
base to generate-
Would you?
All right.
Oh man, it's kind of like it's Chris Kattan mixed with Zach Galifianakis.
Right. Well, okay. Obviously, I caught myself because I can't do the math, right? But that video was posted 12 years ago, which does happen to be a couple of years after The Hangover. So at first, I kind of thought, was this dude doing Galifianakis before Galifianakis was doing Galifianakis? But the white pants, the whole kick, it's all a little Zach, right?
I just punched my microphones. What do I know?
Would you look at it? Would you look at that?
Would you look at this?
Right, dude. So there, just the awkwardness of it. I'm a fan of awkward comedy, but I think I told you like this. I heard about this and saw it from people that grew up in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania funny. People in Pennsylvania thought this was the funniest thing ever. I remember my buddy sending it to me and me literally responding back to him like, the fuck? And he was like, oh, it's funny, right? I'm like, no. But then the more I watched it,
send it to you and say, would you look at this?
That's the kicker. That's what he should have been, right? Oh my God. And look, the white pants kicking off, but the guy's definitely doing a Galifianakis. There's just too much. The body language, the whole deal, right?
I wonder when, because the video on YouTube might be a certain age, but I wonder if it's older than that.
I do too.
That because the audio was not us. That was not
No.
the Dads and Drinks show. That was the audio from the
No, because we're
original
expertly
production.
produced here. We're expertly produced. But no, yeah, you're right. I wonder, dude. It's definitely a very much a feel of that. But it's one of those. You watch Impractical Jokers a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I watched some of it. And I guess we can even go back to the original, like the first Borat movie. Like, at what point do people not get that, like, this is not normal, that they just go with it? And it's amazing to find. I think there's a skill involved in finding the person that goes along with it. Because the dude showing him the car, he's all into it. He's like, oh, yeah, there's other blemishes.
Oh,
like,
yeah, let me show you this.
he's right in the wheelhouse, man. Like, how do you not, like, would you look at this, go like, what is going on?
People are desperate for attention. It's like people, it's like people starting shows and podcasts on the internet.
It's crazy. I know. Killing me. All right. So that's my would you look at that. It will be the last time that you hear would you look at that. But
All right.
Would you look at that?
I've got a great short one that I'm probably gonna have to edit because it's on Instagram. You may have seen
on the
this
gram.
one before.
That's what the kids say, Jeff. It's on the gram.
It's on the gram. Oh, I got a story about that. Don't let me forget IG.
Wait. Is this dude wearing a hookah necklace? Like a puka shell necklace? Is he wearing a puka shell necklace?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna hit refresh here.
Oh yeah. Let's do this.
There we go.
As like having a little adventures with some freaky Chicago girls. And I've come to the realization, I've been talking to one, that I don't think pegging is necessarily that gay.
And the Lord saith, the fuck it's not. That's pegging's not that gay. Boom! You fall off the stage.
That guy was getting banged in the ass one way or the other. Dude.
God said, smite you.
All right. So
I didn't believe in God until I saw that clip.
Look. So the first thing that runs through my head is when we get the audio in the back, it's sort of a dead crowd, right? The minute dude takes a header off the stage, eruption, right? Eruption. There's an applause. Like the biggest applause he got the entire night was taking the header off the stage. You've done open mics. You've done stand up before. I've done a little bit of open mics. Like At this point, don't you have to work that into your act?
I don't think falling off the stage is a great.
I'm just saying.
That's always the number one fear. It's like, get up to the stage without falling. Get off of the stage without falling. Do not knock over the mic stand. Do not go to sit on. I never sit on the stool.
No.
I never stand. I probably should stand behind the mic stand. I always go up there and put my drink on the stool and my phone if I remember to record it.
Oh yeah. So
Put the mic stand over here. Talk in the microphone. You know what drives me insane? This is how crazy I am. I'll watch people do stand up, and I'll see that cord from the microphone. I'll be like, "Oh, don't trip on it."
yes. Yeah. Look,
So I think I'm very unlikely, as intoxicated as I can be, to ever fall off stage. And I don't think this guy was drunk. I think he's just stupid.
Oh yeah, it's just stupid. But like, is there such a thing as PTSD from stand-up? Like, can he tell that bit again? He probably had to work hard on that bit, right? I mean, dude's at the Laugh Factory, so he shouldn't be a schmuck. So he had to have worked that bit. Now, can you ever tell that joke
Did
again?
you see him? He's talking about sexual. I've been in a lot of sexual escapades. It's like, yeah, man, I know I'm a 6, but you're a 3.
Well, yeah, that goes back to my original question. Is that dude wearing a puka shell necklace? Your escapades have not been that bad.
Sorry, buddy. If whoever that comic was who did that act, if he wants to get in touch with us, please. We'll welcome you on.
But literally, like, the next time that you're ready to work that into your act, like,
am I going to walk off the side of the stage?
Like, are you standing still at this point? You're like, boom. Like,
you know how they talk about stage presence?
I find that the crowd really reacts when I take a header off the stage. It works for me.
Yeah, and look, the rest of the video, I think I cut off a few seconds. It's like a staffer helping him up off the ground. Like, it didn't look like it was a soft landing.
There's no recovery.
Even though he had a lot of padding on him.
All right, so if you're the dude working the light, do you just go ahead and flip it? Like, even if he's 30 seconds in, you're like, click, no, get him off. Like, there's no recovery.
We're done. We're done here.
So look, it takes me back though with like comedy, and I only did open mic a couple of different times, right? It was because I was in a city where nobody knew me and I hated living there, so I didn't care, right? Like, so it was gone, right? But what blew my mind was the first time I went to this bar, and this bar is packed on a Friday night. Packed, and it's a small little bar in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nobody in that packed bar was there to see the open mic. Nobody. And there was a corner, like a little triangular space in the back of the bar where you would go up to the mic, right? And you would have your 3 minutes, right? Nobody again in the bar was there for anything that you did. So outside of this, because it's a packed bar, there was like a pool, like a room in the back that had like 2 pool tables. And everybody who was doing the open mic were all standing around in that room. So it was like the closest thing that my amateur ass ever got to like a green room. And all of these people who were doing open mic in a bar who give a shit if you were there, they were all big timing, man. They were talking to each other. They're like, oh, I saw you over at I really like that bit you do about. And I was sitting on the wall like, yo, we all realize like we're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on a Friday night in a dive bar and ain't one person give a shit. They were literally talking like they were in the green room of Leno, bro. It blew my mind. Is that normal?
Yeah.
The ego. Right, I guess. I don't know.
I had a guy at an open mic big time me, and I was like, "Hey," I'm like, "That was a great bit." He's like, "Thanks, I know. I opened for Jim Brewer once," and I'm like, "Okay."
Did you now? Was that?
I don't know. Okay,
right. Is that when Brewer was doing open mics too? Like you were in front of him, and then what? I don't. Oh, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, people have egos on them.
God bless it, though, right? I mean, I guess you got to sort of have that attitude, but not really. Because if you listen to
No,
guys like Bill Burr, you listen to like Chris Rock, and I mean, and Kevin Hart, like these guys didn't think they were big until they made it big.
Well, Joe Rogan's thing is always the rising tide raises all ships, or whatever that saying is.
Yeah.
And I, you know, it's like you don't have to fight each other. You actually all can. But there's some competitiveness. It's like, I'm not trying to compete with you. I want people to listen to your podcast and my podcast, both.
100%. Speaking of which, Jeff, I bet we have a YouTuber, somebody that we'd like to shine a light on.
Oh yes, but we're not ready for that yet.
Oh no, you have another clip.
You have another clip.
Well, we're going to go back. All right,
we'll go through this quick. We'll go through this quick.
Just in case you didn't get a chance to look at that car. Would you look at it? I obviously fell down the rabbit hole.
Oh, would you look at that? How you doing? Oh, would you look at this? Oh, would you look at this? What is this, a pony?
No, the greyhound.
That's a dog.
That's a greyhound.
Oh, would you look at this? Oh, he's so handsome. Look at him. Just look at him. Yeah. Oh, wow. Would you look at this? He's got little the bells and whistles, too.
I'm trying to point out his shoes.
Yeah. Look at him. Oh, look at you. Look at this. Oh, look at him. He's gorgeous. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Would you look at this? He's running. Hello. Oh, goodness. Would you look at this little fella? Hello. Look at him. Just look at him. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, that stinks.
That guy is totally afraid that his dog's going to be fucked by a stranger.
It really is. But look, old people are the best, dude. I'm sorry. Old people are the best. Like no, it's a greyhound, and they're laughing along with him. Old people are lonely.
Old people are lonely. The more you know. That's
our second.
That's a PSA from the Dad's Drink Show. All right. Hey, let's jump into that. Here is a YouTube account you should follow, subscribe to. And I have a treasure trove of these because I host the Jeff Macolino podcast, and a lot of my guests we're trying to highlight people who have between 1 to 2,000, maybe a little more, in that range, followers, because some people deserve follows, and this guy, in my humble opinion, deserves follow. His name is Sean J. And he is a magician who was on the Jeff Macolino podcast, episode 108. I'm going to show you a couple of things, and call me a loser, but I like magic. So I'll show you one of his shorts, and I'll show you a part of one of his videos that I greatly enjoyed. If it play, oh.
Hey guys, quick trick. I'm going to try to get inside of your mind. I want you to remember one of the cards that you see. Don't remember that one. That's too easy for me. Okay? I'm going to flip through remember one card. Here we go. Did you get one? Hopefully you did. I don't know.
Get one, Jeremiah?
If you did, or quick, but I know a lot of you out there did. I want you just to picture the card in your mind. See a really clear picture of the card. I think I got it. Right? Did I get it? That wasn't it. Subscribe if I got it. Hey guys, quick trick. I'm trying to get.
All right, so not bad. And then something he started doing on his channel is breaking down other magic fails, which is can be a little grotesque, but this one, I'm not gonna lie, it just cracked me the hell up.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh no, this already looks bad.
Oh no, is this his grandma? You do the same thing to his grandma or his mother. Come on, dude.
You've got better taste than that, bro. This is like elder abuse.
Oh no.
He messed it up. Oh, she said a few choice words in Espanol.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love that we're watching a reaction to a reaction video.
Well, wait. As I said earlier, old folks are lonely. They will let you wrap a towel around their neck just to hang out with them.
Trick.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's a knot that's, you pull it and it's nothing. But yeah, he and Sean Jay, who's the magician, of course, and they said, oh no, he messed it
up. The minute Sean Jay was like, oh no, he messed it up. I'm like, oh, show me the rest of the video, please.
Yeah, I love it. He had to run out. He had to run out of the
my God, dude.
The hut or whatever the hell it was.
That is, oh my good. Okay.
So
Sean Jay, I'm down with.
Yeah, subscribe to Sean Jay. He's a magician. I like I find magic fun.
Do you remember the Penn and Teller show where Penn and Teller did a show where magicians came on and did a trick, and Penn and Teller couldn't? Fool Us. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Still on?
Oh, it is. Okay,
I think so. I think it's on the CW.
Like not nearly as good as Penn and Teller Bullshit, which was fantastic. If you never watched that, that is just the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you can even find that. Probably on YouTube.
It was on Showtime, so it's on one of those streamings, right? But it is just fantastic to watch the absolute nonsense that we live with every day. Yes, that's look when they go to a what was it, the organic food market, and they buy a banana from the grocery store down the street, and they chop it in half, just your regular old banana, and they put it on 2 plates and have them do a taste test. And they're like, oh no, that's organic. I can taste it. It just tastes fresher than the other side of the banana that you just ate, which is the same banana anyway. I digress. So, Sean Jay, how was the podcast, dude? I mean, how long's this guy been doing magic?
Since he was like 12, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. He tells, actually, if you look back at the YouTube channel that this episode, at least originally, is being broadcast on, you can find his story. It's a clip I pulled from that podcast. How he got started in magic. He had a mom who took him around places. So check that clip out. In between your drunk Jeff Eats.
I think I'm intrigued by how do you do this virtually, right? Like the trick that he did at the beginning. I'm willing to bet that you found the King of Hearts the same way I found the King of Hearts, the same way that people watching this will have found the King of Hearts.
Of course.
I'm intrigued by how that happens exactly, right? There's something that triggers something within the brain that makes this happen. And to figure all that out is crazy talented.
Well, there's dexterity that is so hard to. I mean, it's kind of like a professional athlete. The dexterity it takes to manipulate cards, manipulate other things. It's incredible. Like I watched a video watching a guy who hit a coin. He would put it here or put it in his palm and then hide it through his fingers, and he showed it. And I just kept dropping I was just curious. I just kept dropping the coin. I'm like, this is my fingers don't move that way.
Right.
It's a skill. You got to practice.
And that's really absolutely insane to watch that happen. I was working for a large company, let's just put it that way. And they had a national meeting during the pandemic, but you couldn't get together to have a meeting. So they did all this stuff virtually, right? So every night they would try to provide some kind of entertainment, and they had a virtual magician come in. And so virtually there were all these people at this national conference that were all watching this magician, and it was crazy. He had like a 30-minute to a 45-minute bit of tricks that he did that obviously wasn't recorded, that was all live with us, but it was pretty amazing to be able to pull that off live because there's no video edit, no video trick on how that happens.
Yeah, no, it is it's a skill, and I admire it. I mean, it's something I can't do. And look, I don't necessarily admire things I can't do. But I can't do gymnastics, but I don't necessarily admire them because they're born with loose ligaments and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I can't ribbon dance, but I don't admire it. Right.
I bet no gymnast can drink as much as me.
I don't know, man. If that little chick in the blind date, if she was a gymnast, I believe she might give you a run. That little 105-pound girl, I want to go find her now. She might be my future ex-wife, number 2.
She
was
probably
hammering,
looks
bro.
like she's 87 and her liver looks like it's 172. Or she's sober, and that means no fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to. And this is going to sound really bad, and I mean no judgment. Everyone, get the help that you need. You want to catch them pre-rehab. Like, you don't want them post-rehab. Post-rehab's not nearly as fun. I mean, salute.
All right, folks. Well, I think this is the pilot episode of the Dads and Drinks show. And
play
I think it went
play
quite
the
well.
bit. Yes.
So hey, make sure you're subscribed wherever you're watching this. Make sure you comment between the multiple things.
Yeah.
There's, send us a YouTube channel that needs a subscription, especially, like the under 2,000 subscriber channels. That's what we want to push. I've got a laundry list of them, so keep sending them, and it'll get in the rotation. Maybe we'll double them up sometimes. And send us funny videos, especially if you want us to talk about them. Not Between Two Ferns. We've seen that. We know Zach Galifianakis.
We just saw the origin of Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Hey, thank you for joining us on this show. We'll see you like a week from today, probably. I don't know when this episode's going to go out. But again, send us comments, hit the like button if you're on YouTube. That helps the algorithm. And don't report us for inappropriate content. I think we were fine.
I think we're good. Look, I'm just going to put it this way. As dads, it's our duty to give rules to live by, right? You have to grow your kids up and tell them that. So if you're going to take anything away from episode one, old people are lonely. They are. And 2, you want to catch them post-rehab or pre-rehab, not post, right? Those are your dad rules for this week. Old people are lonely. Catch them pre-rehab.
All right, folks. See you soon.
Dad's Drink Show. Dad's Drink Show. Dad's Drink Show.